What's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to day 4 of the vlog series. I don't really know what to say. Honestly, I'm in shock. I don't really have many words to say about this in general, but this brings on a few topics that I wanted to talk about. For those of you that don't know, which most of you probably do, if you pay attention to any form of social media, and since you follow me and watch my channel, you probably follow my other social media as well. Mac Miller died yesterday of a drug overdose, and he had a lot of mental health issues that played into the cause of why he was doing drugs, and this was something that he had kind of focused on a lot in his music for a really long time, and things that people didn't pay attention to that really need to be focused in on more. And I'm hoping to take some time to kind of talk about it and bring some light to this topic of conversation, because it's really a serious topic and it's something that not a lot of people are open about talking about, and I want to be able to focus in on that in this video. Just a little bit, Mac Miller was probably one of my favorite rappers growing up. He had a lot of impact on my life growing up as a kid, middle school, early high school years. My friends and I used to listen to him pretty much all the time. Anytime we hung out, walking down the streets, just kind of bumping his music and hanging out in people's basements and just like backyards and just anywhere we kind of were, we were playing his music. And it really just kills me to know that someone who held that much importance to me growing up in the music industry just is gone. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. Mental health wise, he was in a really, really bad place, and no matter what, he still kept a smile on his face, but everyone knew that he was going through a lot for a long time. And to bring about the topic of something else, he was in a relationship with Ariana Grande, which she openly admitted to. Partially, part of the reason why she left was that she needed to get out of a toxic relationship because it was taking a toll on her life, and she loves Mac, and that was kind of an open fact to a lot of people, but she had to leave for the betterment of herself, and no one should have to stay in a toxic relationship that isn't making them happy anymore. And that's something that it's something a lot of people don't understand, and for a long time I don't think I understood it either. I thought that, you know, it was wrong of people to leave someone when they were at a really low point in their life, and honestly, it's not wrong, because sometimes you have to leave in order to be in a better place for yourself and not allow what's happening to the other person to happen to you too. And the thing is that people are now going out and verbally basically abusing her over social media over the fact that they're blaming her for Mac's death. And I think that that's something that people really need to understand is by no means in any way an okay thing to do. This was not her fault at all. She left him at a time where she was not okay in that relationship anymore, and she needed to get out of it for the betterment of herself. And to put the blame on someone who's already been blamed for so many awful things that have happened to her fans that she was not a part of, and then being blamed for being groped at a funeral, it's not okay. It's not. And it's hard to kind of talk about because people don't get the fact that it's not okay to do things like this. For whatever reason, in people's minds, they think that it's acceptable to degrade someone and to hurt someone so much as to blame them for the deaths of other people when it was by no means their fault. Now, we don't know the details of the rest of their relationship and everything that went down and what else was wrong. But what we do know is the fact that part of the reason why she left was because of Mac's illness as far as his mental health, and it just wasn't okay for her anymore. People need to understand that other people's relationships are by no means any of our business whatsoever. By being a celebrity, it doesn't automatically mean that you are okay with publicizing your relationship to the rest of the world. And they only have to share so much. And if anything, they don't have to share anything at all. They really don't have to share a single bit of their relationship with the rest of the world. What they choose to share is their choice. And it's not our place to get angry over the fact that she left him to be better for herself. And she doesn't have to save him. I personally think that his death took a toll on a lot of people. Mac Miller was one of the best rappers, I think, of our generation. He played a huge role in so many people's lives growing up. If you weren't bumping one of those albums growing up as a kid, you weren't doing it right. Just to be straightforward about it, you just weren't, you weren't living your childhood correctly if Mac Miller didn't play some sort of a role in your childhood. And it breaks my heart to know that someone who was suffering so much couldn't find help in anyone that he was surrounded by. You see all these celebrities who he meant so much to, and it sucks to know that this illness has taken another person from us and hurt another person that could have been saved if he just could have found the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's sad that drugs were what killed him. It's heartbreaking. You know, to play into the mental illness side of this, he suffered from a lot. He was depressed, had anxiety, things like that, and he was very open about it. He may have been happy from what the public could see 99% of the time, but he, in his music, expressed his mental illness, and no one realized it until he died. And it's sad that we have to keep going through all of these people dying in order to realize that people are suffering and people need help, and we as a society are not making it easy enough for them to find help, because there is judgment every time someone comes out and openly admits to the fact that they have some sort of mental illness, because they are shunned and they are told that it is their fault, and they are told that they don't have a right to struggle like that, and that unless it's a physical illness that you're fine and you can fix it, and mental illness is a choice. And straight up, it's not. It's not a choice. We don't choose to have issues like that. We don't choose to have the problems that are chemically imbalanced in our brains, and we don't have the choice to get better just day to day just because someone says, oh, you're fine, just smile, you'll be happy. It doesn't work like that. The world does not work like that. And I'm sorry for being so straightforward and getting so angry about this, but this really means a lot to me, because it makes me so angry that we keep losing people because of the fact that they don't feel that they can come out and get help for the things that are going on, because of the fact that our society is so judgmental towards it. Straight up, moral of the story is, we as a society need to get better at accepting those around us and helping our friends when we see signs of them needing help, and to check in on them every once in a while to make sure they're okay, because honestly, we can't lose another person to an illness like this because they can't seem to find anyone to help them. We can't lose another person. Mental illness is real. We need to accept that. It is a real disease. It happens to a lot of people. It is a growing disease that is being found and discovered in more people than it has in past years, and that is not okay. We need to fix the problem. We need to be at the start of the solution. We can't keep letting this happen. So that's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel. I know that today's topic was a little bit more serious and a little bit more straightforward, but it's something that needed to be talked about in my mind, and I look forward to the rest of this series being a little more lighthearted and fun, but this is definitely something that needed to be brought up. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe down below if you want to stay with me on this journey of the 50-day vlog series and beyond that, but that's where we're starting out at. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow.